Hi there guys, Tom Quayle here. Hope you're all doing very well as ever. Today I've got another pedal demo for you. This is brand new today. This is the Moxie from the guys at Wampler. And this is a TS10 Tube Screamer clone in a mini pedal format. Now, as with Brian's other clone pedals, there's a bit more going on here than just being a standard clone. Of course, this being the TS10, it's a little bit more of a unique flavour because most Tube Screamers are based around the TS9 or the TS808. This uses the same chip as the original TS10, and it's actually Brian's favourite sounding Tube Screamer. So that's a bit of a kind of accolade there if you value what Brian says tonally, and I certainly do. This is going to sound really, really great. So the pedal itself features the standard kind of Tube Screamer controls, if you like. We've got volume, gain, and tone, so that's pretty easy to get to grips with. And then we've got these two switches which add massively to the versatility of this pedal. Tube Screamers obviously are known for having that mid-hump sound where all the mids are boosted and the lows and the highs are actually reduced. Now that's really useful in some ways for kind of getting a tighter sound when we push this in front of an amp, that's already overdriven. But often with just a pedal in front of a clean amp, you might want a more transparent kind of full frequency overdrive. So the voicing switch, when you engage it to the right, gives you less mids, more lows, more highs. So a flatter frequency response for a more transparent overdrive. Very cool. And then the fat switch on the side here gives us a MOSFET gain stage added into the circuit, which is going to boost the amount of overdrive quite drastically, really increase the volume as well. So good for kind of boosts and stuff as well, but give us a more kind of traditional lead tone or a heavier sound generally than you will find with a standard TS10 or even TS9 or TS808 circuit. So again, adding to the versatility of the pedal. As you can see, as I mentioned, it's in this kind of small form factor that we've seen from some of the other pedals in Brian's range. Really, really useful. Very, very easy to build a very small board with these, especially if you use those little board connectors between the pedals, the very small patch cables. And then we've got obviously green logo on here, green design generally, because it has to be green, but a nice unique color. Green LED, then the graphics, really nice. Latching foot switch on here, nice high quality. And then we've got 9 to 18 volts center negative DC power. So this means that if you do want to run the pedal with a bit more headroom and a bit more clarity to the gain, you can actually run it all the way up to 18 volts, and the higher the voltages, the more clarity and headroom you'll get from the pedal itself. Very nice. So we'll check out the tones. In terms of what's going on here, I've got my Ibanez TQ MS1 guitar here with Seymour Duncan pickups in. That's running into my pedal board, and the only reason I'm going into the pedal board is so we can stack this with my dual fusion pedal and also use the Big Sky and Timeline from Strymon for delay and reverb. And then that's running into a Laney Lionheart 2x12 combo amp set to the clean channel. And then that's running into a Zilla 2x12 cab, which is mic'd up with a Royer R121 and SM57, so I can run the amp loud and mic that up in a different room. That's going straight into Studio One via an Antelope Orion Synergy Core interface. So those are the tones. Let's check out the clean tone to start with. So this is just the basic clean tone of the Lionheart on the neck pickup of my guitar. So I've set the level to unity, gains halfway, tones down a little bit, and both switches are disengaged at this point, so we're just getting the standard TS10 circuitry. And it's everything you'd expect a Tube Screamer to be. It's got that clean bleed in there, and it's really dynamic and sounds great. The first thing I want to do is just show you the gain range with the actual standard TS10 circuit. So let's go all the way up. Great sound. If we back this off and boost the level, we can use it more as a traditional clean boost with that mid hump. great sound. Let's set it back to the middle here. Play with the tone control, so tone control all the way up. A little bit loud, let's back that off, clipping my mics. Back that off all the way down. So obviously more level required. Great sounding tube screamer tones. But now let's check out the switches that are on here as well. So in this case, the voicing switch, as I say, is going to give us more lows, more highs, and drop down those mids. So here's our standard TS10 sound. Engage the switch. Too loud. Bit more gain. Engage the switch. Back out again. There's that kind of mid-range nasal hump. And then back in again, you'll hear this be more transparent now. Okay, so that's what the voicing switch does. Now the fat switch, as I mentioned, is going to give us a MOSFET gain stage that's going to really drastically increase the gain amount and also the volume of the pedal. So I'm going to back the volume down. Just before I do, here's the original sound again with the neck pickup. Really hear the clean bleed there. Okay, so if we engage, let me do this with this hand, if we engage the fat switch now, it's getting much louder, much more gain. Let's take that switch out again. Now listen to the amount of volume drop that we've got here and how much gain we've lost. Back in, which is tricky to do with my left hand. So it's not just volume, we've got more gain generally, and if we increase the gain all the way, this is a pretty gainy pedal at this point. Tone control just up a little bit. We've not engaged the voicing switch together, I'll do that in a second. So there's a lot going on there in terms of the gain range here for this particular pedal. Let's also, in fact, keep the gain up there and just engage the voice switch as well. So here it is with the fat switch engaged and the voice switch out. Let's engage the voice switch as well. Apologies for the buzz in my studio, that's just the RF that's going on in this room, which I really need to sort out at some point very soon. So drastically different sound there to the original sound of a TS10 Tube Screamer, which is great. You've got the original sound plus some extra voicing possibilities. Let's just really quickly, just to show you this capability, I'm going to stack this in front of the Dual Fusion now. I'll set the Dual Fusion to channel 1, and that's going to be set to a medium to low gain setting, and then we'll stack this in front to boost that. And of course, you could also do this with any overdriven amplifier. Okay, so I've just got channel 1 of the Dual Fusion engaged, and the pedal, the Moxie here, is switched off. With the bridge pickup of my guitar, we get this. Awesome Dual Fusion sound. Now I'm going to turn the Moxie on as a boost. Both switches are off. Level is fairly high, just over halfway. I'll turn the gain down a bit and the tone control is in the middle. I'm going to turn my guitar a little bit to try and reduce some of the RF noise in this room. But when we switch this on, works fantastically as a boost. Now, if we engage the switches, increase the level just a little bit, we will get the kind of mid-hump nasalness taken out of that, or nasally kind of sound. You can hear that slightly more glassy and transparent. Now if I drop the level down and bring in the fat switch, we get uber gain. Got to be careful with the level with my mics though. So the Moxie does an amazing job of stacking with other overdrive pedals or with other amps as you'd expect from a TS10 style pedal. So absolutely fantastic. Again, another winner from Brian Wampler and the guys over at Wampler Pedals. Fantastic compact TS10 sounding pedal, and TS10s are a little bit rarer. They've got a little bit more of Brian's particular favorite flavor to the Tube Screamer circuit, so that's nice to have. And again, the switches make this much more versatile and a very cool pedal indeed, especially if you want a very small board or a small overdrive that doesn't take up much room on your bigger board. All right, guys, so hope you enjoyed that. If you did, make sure you click the like and subscribe buttons below, and of course, hit the bell notification icon to make sure you never miss any more videos. And if you want to check out more about the Moxie or purchase one for yourself, click the link in the description below that will take you over to Wampler's website, where you can buy direct and of course check out all the other pedals that Brian does in the range. Okay guys, my name is Quayle. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to support me, you can click the other links in the description below that will take you through to my website for lesson content on legato, improvisation, fusion, jazz harmony, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye.